Different builders and tilers use different techniques. Many tilers today and builders will grout the joints, and they will also put a silicone seal over the top. Others will leave the grout joints in the corners open and completely silicone seal it. But in general, the average type home would have been all grouted and then they run around with a silicone. Over time, this degrades or the silicone pulls away, water gets behind. What we need to do is, when we're going to maintain the shower, depending on where the mould is, we take out the worst parts of the grout, and you can get one of these serrated grout removers, and basically we scrub the tile as far back as we can, all over the joints, bring it back to you don't have to go too deep, we just want to be able to get a good thickness. Don't try and get to the bottom of the tile. So let's get as much as we can out, then we can let it dry, and then once it's dried as best as possible, then we will fill with grout, and when we've finished, again we can use like a grout tile sealer, tile and grout sealer. That's a spray, that's a paint on. Sometimes if the grout is not too bad, a good cleanup, a re-silicone, and just the spray used at the bottom half of your shower is probably good enough, because grout over time becomes more and more porous. Also, with settlement and movement over time, you can get hairline cracks in the grout that you can't see by the eye, but they're there. Same as you get settlement, minor hairline cracks in your walls, there's sometimes in the grout. People think, but it's not been waterproofed properly. Well, quite honestly, waterproofing standards are changing year by year, and again they're changing again in WA this year for the better. But realistically, the tiles and the grout shouldn't be allowing the water to get through to the waterproofing behind. Otherwise the water is coming behind the tiles, which again we don't want. So please don't worry too much about the waterproofing at the moment. You don't need to remove your tiles, you just need to reseal, re-grout and maintain properly.